Welcome back to Today in LA at 6:23. Now on to Decision 2012 and who will Mitt Romney pick as his running mate.
And will he break tradition by announcing his choice this week? Michael Brownlee's been following the story and has a guest with some unusual insights. Michael, good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. Well, there have been a lot of names thrown around, from Condi Rice to Representative Paul Ryan, but only a few names have stuck. And when will Romney's VP choice be revealed? Here to give us his opinion, a political analyst, Carl Jeffers. Carl, to make that announcement before the Republican National Convention on August 27th wouldn't be a prudent move. Why?
Well, I think it would be a mistake because, in fact, the conventions, particularly when we already know who the candidate will be, the nominee will be going into the convention, tend to lack the drama and excitement that you'd have when there was a buildup for the expectation of the selection of the vice presidential candidate. And that normally would be done Monday or Tuesday, maybe, and sometimes the presidential nominee comes to the convention early to make that announcement, and then on Wednesday night, the VP selection, he gives or she gives their nominating acceptance speech. And I think to make the decision now only puts Mitt Romney at a disadvantage, because you've got the distraction of the Olympics, and you give the opponents 2 or 3 weeks now to just criticize whoever he would select.
But on top of that, wouldn't a VP announcement now take the spotlight off of some of Romney's issues like his tax returns and bank capital?
Well, the fact is that this is not necessarily going to distract the attention from those points, and it may not be worth losing what you lose if you give up that excitement for your own convention. Listen, the tax returns issue is his own fault. He could have released them a month, 2 months ago, and this would have never been an issue. His dad released 12 years of tax returns when he ran, and then the other thing is the negative ads about Bain Capital are more significant than the tax returns, because those are having an effect. The polls show that voters, particularly independents, are responding to those negative ads about Bain Capital.
All right, there is a short list. Let's throw out some of those names, and let's talk about what they could bring to the party and to Romney.
Well, there are right now 3 names on the short list. The 3 names are Tim Pawlenty, a former governor of Minnesota who ran for president in the primaries, Bobby Jindal, the governor of Louisiana, and of course Rob Portman, who is an official from the Bush administration and from Ohio. Here's the key point. With regard to Bobby Jindal, in Louisiana, he doesn't bring a state that Romney needs that he doesn't already have, because whether he's on the ticket or not, Louisiana will vote Republican.
Okay.
Let's take Tim Pawlenty. He doesn't bring a state that Romney can probably win with Pawlenty on the ticket, because nationally, Minnesota tends to vote for the Democrats on national elections. That leaves Rob Portman. Portman's from Ohio. No Republican has won the White House without winning Ohio and Florida in the last 60 years. They absolutely have to have Ohio. And Rob Portman would not be a distraction. He's got no problems in his background, but he's very bland. And as a personality, as bland as he is in the vice presidential debate, he'll make Joe Biden look like the most exciting, electrifying politician in America. But still, Romney does not want to do what McCain did. John McCain wanted someone to shake up the election. That's why he picked Sarah Palin. Mitt Romney wants somebody to keep things calm, quiet, and undisturbed, and not have the attention focus away from him.
So Marco Rubio not a contender?
Marco Rubio, by that same definition, would not be a contender, but Marco Rubio has got 2 other problems. One is he's got the same problem Chris Christie has in New Jersey. They are perceived to be not ready to be a president yet, because they're only in their first term in elected public office, and they need more time, and the voters would see that as a negative. Number 2, Marco Rubio is actually out of step with the majority of Hispanic Americans in the country. Rubio's Cuban. The Cuban-American population in Florida is very conservative, much more so than the overall Hispanic population. And Rubio lends himself to the kind of criticisms about things in his past, the misstep when his parents came over, all of those kinds of issues. Romney does not need a VP selection who is a distraction. He needs someone who can complement him, who could be bland. In fact, his wife Ann might be a better choice than some of these people we're naming. And Condoleezza Rice throws up too many memories of the divisiveness over the Iraq War. And that's one of the main reasons why she would not be a nominee that they would feel comfortable with.
My producer is rapping the heck out of me right now. Carl Jeffers, thank you so much for being here today. We appreciate it, and it's going to be a wild ride, to say the least.
It is certainly going to be a wild ride, and right now they're both fairly even, Romney and Obama, and there are pluses and minuses for both of them, so it's going to be be a long November 6th night for all of us.
Go drink some caffeine, will you? Kathy, Lisa Wilson, back to you.
Carl Jeffers, if we weren't awake, we are awake now, my friend.
Thank you.
All right, thanks. We'll be right back.